this is Budgeting to Wealth. My name is Natasha and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video on this channel, and Budgeting to Wealth, I am starting this channel simply to help me in my budgeting journey and also to gain financial independence. Budgeting is something I have tried previously in previous years, but I always fell behind because I was not really staying committed to my goals. I usually budget the amounts that I want to spend, and then I don't either go according to my budget, or I stop it altogether. But I have now known that if I don't budget, or I don't actually allocate some money towards each of my expenses every month, it's going to be very difficult for me to keep up with my finances and also to save up money, because usually when I get my salary at the end of every month, I spend almost 70 to 80% of it in the first 2 to 3 weeks, and I have nothing. Even though I usually say I would put this one down or I'll put that one down, I end up spending it all, especially on food, on beauty stuffs and other products. But I am an adult now, and I have to also take responsibility to get a well-functioning budget. So for the month of April, this is when I want to start with a well planned out budget, at least something basic for now. Then I would move on it, I would enhance upon it as time goes on. So for April 2022. Before we continue, I have my diary that it's a simple diary classic notebook that I got from China Mall, and I would have my rough sketch of my budgets in here, and then I have this budget sheet that also contains all my budget categories: my expected income, my debt, my fixed expenses, which are the rent, food, transportation, utilities, internet, and then my fun, which are my other necessities, which is clothing, beauty, and then my spending. And I have other categories on my budget which would come up later. So let's move. My cameras. So let's move straight to the rough sketch of my budget. So for April 2022, my expected income, or the income that I get every month, this is the amount that I get every month after my taxes, my social security, my work organization dues, and everything has been taken off. So I earn 2,135 cedis per month. This is what I earn every month at the end of every month. In Ghana here, usually we get paid towards the end of the month, 27, 28, 29. This is when the Controller and Accountant General debits, pays each employee's salary. But it has to get into the banks before it gets into the individual account. What happens is sometimes the banks delay, and then you get your salary getting into the next month, the early days of the next month. So my salary can either hit before the end of the month or the early days of the next month. So for my March salary, which I'm budgeting towards April, I had my salary on the 5th of March, which on the 5th of April, sorry, which is almost a week gone in the first in April. So 2,135 cedis. And then the next one is my debt. I have had this debt accumulated for the past 4-5 months now, and I have to pay it. I always try to dodge it, but I actually have to be conscious on getting rid of my debt. So for my debt, I've had I'm owing 3,300 cedis, and I have already saved up 800 cedis to cash out this debt. So I'm left with 2,500 cedis. This is what I'm left to pay now. And then we come to the first one would be my emergency fund. So for my emergency fund, I want to save for 3 months 1,000 cedis for an emergency fund. So I am saving 334 because I divided and this is how I calculated the emergency fund, and I had the 334 cedis. So for 1,000 cedis in 3 months, so I divided 1,000 by 3, and then I had 333 and a few pesos. So I want to run this up, and then this is how I had the 334 cedis. Then for my fixed expenses, I have 5 fixed expenses, which are my rent, my food, my transportation, my utilities, and then my internet. So the rent comes first. In Ghana here, we pay rent every year, and I pay 250 cedis a month. So in a year, I pay 3,000 cedis for single room, self-contained, not furnished, but I have a normal kitchen. And then I have a bathroom and a small porch, which is very good for a single person. So for my rent, which is 250 cedis. And then for food, I budget 250 as well. 250 cedis. At first I thought this was a lot, because 250 cedis is quite a bit of an amount of money. But when you look at the rise of the price of products and commodities in the market, if you actually budget lower, you would have to dip into other avenues on your budget for food. So I budget this amount so that I know that at least I have a safe cushion for food. Then I don't overspend, but I'm always within my budget. And then the next one is transportation. I want to budget 150 cedis for transportation, because for this one in particular, the price, the taxi fares and the buses fares are going up all the time because of the increase of petrol. So today you bought a trotro or a taxi or a boat to somewhere, and then the next day they tell you that the prices has been surged up. So I put down 150 cedis because I usually don't go anywhere. So it's either work or just fun with my friends, and this is not all the time. So I just budget 150 cedis for peace of mind. And then the next one is my utilities, which I am very, very fortunate about, because where I live, it's the old meter system where you have to pay your electricity bill monthly. And it's like we have 10 people on the compound, 10 single self-contained. We are all single people, so the cost of electricity is very low. So at least I sometimes get as low as 20 cedis per month, which this is why I said I'm very fortunate with what I pay. But another thing is I also don't pay for water, because it's also a mechanized borehole, so I have free flowing water all the time, and then I have electricity. So I budget 50 cedis because also sometimes there are repairs in the house, and then the landlord wants us to pay for maybe a fault in the pump and other things, which I think it's cool, because if I enjoy all this at where I live, because elsewhere my other friends pay money for sewage and other stuff. So this 50 cedis is my electricity, my garbage collection, and other repairs in the house. So this one in total would be this one in total would be 250 plus 250 for food plus 150 for transportation plus 50 cedis for utility. And sorry, I forgot the most important thing, because I can't live without, which is my internet. So for internet, I want to budget 40 cedis per month, because I always have a work Wi-Fi, and then I also have my MTN and my Vodafone, so I actually put 20 cedis on my MTN mobile money and 20 cedis on my Vodafone, then I can interchangeably use it when I need it. So I budget 40 cedis for every month. So for the total amount, it would be 250 for rent plus 250 for food plus 150 for transportation plus 50 cedis for utility plus the 40 cedis for my internet. So it's 740 cedis in total. 740 cedis in total. 740 cedis in total, and let's see how much I have left. So my salary is 2,135, and then my emergency fund is 334, and then my fixed budget is 740. So I have 1,061 cedis left. Ooh. Okay, so the next one on my budget category is my fun. So my fun, I want to put down, you want to for beauty, you want to spend a bit of money so that when the time comes, you actually have something really nice to you want to have a really nice hairstyle. So I put 100 cedis, and then for spending, which is the last in my fund budget, I put down 100 cedis. So in total here I have here I have 250 cedis. So I spent 250 cedis here. So minus 250, which is 811. So I have 811 left from my salary. So I come back to the debt. Because I want to cash this out in 4 to 5 months, the best I can do here is to pay into an account to 500 cedis. So 500 cedis each month towards this debt, so I can clear it out of the way. So minus 500 cedis, which is left with 311 cedis. So I have 311 cedis left, and I only now have just one sinking fund. Aside my clothing and my spending, I only have one sinking fund, which is vacation. I want to go on vacation in the next 2 to 3 months. So for my vacation, I want to budget 200 cedis every month for this one. So when the time comes, I have a bit of spending money as well. So 200 cedis, that's all. So this is my start-up budget that I want to have for some time, so that I can actually get a glimpse of what I want to actually save towards and what I need to spend less or more. So, and if you have noticed, I don't have actually any savings here. The reason why I don't have any saving here is that I am saving towards my emergency fund first, and then my paying of this debt. So for now, let's work out with this one, and then come back the next time, look at whatever has to be taken out, and then we move on. So after we also deduct the vacation spending from the money, it's left with 111. And this 111, okay, so we want to put this money in my buffer and investment account. I want to put this money in my buffer and investment account. So for buffer, I would put 50 cedis, and then the rest would go into here. So 111 minus 50, and then 61 would go into an investment account. But what I usually do is I want to put this money, the buffer, so it's when there is something in here that I need, that I didn't actually add to my budget. This money would actually be some kind of cushion towards it. And then the 61 cedis would be an investment for the future. So this is all for my budget for April. So let's copy this one into the clean budget sheets that I already printed out. These are the budget sheets. So okay. The expected income is 2,135 cedis. And then my debt is actually, I just have 2,500 cedis to pay. So I pay 500 cedis this month, which means that I am left with 2,000 cedis in my account for my budget. So after that one, there is my fixed expenses, and then for my rent, which is 250 cedis, and then my my food, which is also 250 cedis, and then there is also my transportation, which is 150 cedis, and my utilities, which I want to pay, I put down 50 cedis, and then for internet 40 cedis. And then I want to calculate this one again to see if I had it all right. So this is it. 2,135 minus 250 for rent. Focus. Sorry. Let's do this again. This is messing up. So 2,135 minus 250 for rent minus 250 for food minus 150 for transportation minus what is this? Do this. What I want to spend for my essentials: 250 for rent plus 250 for food plus 150 for transportation plus 50 for utilities plus 40 for internet is indeed 740 cedis. Yes. Okay, so which means that I am on the right track. So for clothing, I said I want to budget 50 cedis this month. For beauty, I'm due for braids and a refresh of my perm. Oh, sorry. So I want to save budget 100 cedis. And then for my spending, also budget 100 cedis. Okay, so this one would be in total 250 cedis. So we want to subtract this from the leftover here. So it's 2135 minus 500 cedis for my debt, and then 740 cedis for my fixed expenses, minus 250 cedis for my fund, which I'm left with 645. So my emergency fund is here, and I saved it under the category future because though it's an emergency fund, I am not looking forward to having an emergency right now. So my emergency fund, which I said I want to have 1,000 cedis as an emergency fund in 3 months. So I want to put down 334 cedis per month. So if I subtract this one from what I have left, 334, yes, I am still on track. And then for my vacation, as I said, I want to put down 200 cedis. Okay. And then buffer, $50 cedis, and then investment, $61 cedis. And I am done with my budget for April. I hope my budget would somehow influence someone to also start budgeting, because with the way Ghana is becoming very hard and how the economy is, if you don't budget, you would be broke. I mean, seriously broke every month trying to make ends meet. And then we have to add, because most I also don't have any other side income. If I don't do this, I have nothing else to fall on when I need money. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment below what you think I should actually involve in my budget, or which would actually help me budget properly and stay committed to my journey of financial independence. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for my next video.